what I'm going to do. Mr. Hampton, that behavior is not going to be tolerated in my courtroom. At this point, I'm revoking defendant's bond. Defendant is remanded to the Washington County Jail. I'll move his hearing up to next week, November 14, 2024 at 9 a.m.
Welcome to Epic Court Encounters. All right, today we're going to be in Judge Simpson's court, where we have an individual who was charged with the following: police officer assault, resisting, obstruction, all of that, felony, and assault, aggravated assault. As you saw in the snippet in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit heated. But we have 3 hearings to cover, okay? And this case came out a couple of months ago, but I held on to it because I knew he had multiple hearings coming up, so I wanted to put everything together. But he has another one coming soon, but I was like, all right, let me just do it now, okay? All right, so let's go into the video and see what's going to go on, all right? Okay, huh? Let's go.
Oh, okay. Let's do it. Court does call the case, People versus Brandon Hampton.
Take your hands out your pockets. I'm Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, and rendered on behalf. Did you have a chance?
Shorter lead talking to.
I would like to get you down there.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
We are asking for an adjournment, as you probably saw in your file. We have some discovery to receive in this case and go over with my client.
Your name, sir?
Brandon Hampton.
How much time are you going to need, counsel?
2 weeks, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference, November 21st, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh no, go get him. Let's get him.
Judge Simpson, you going too?
Your Honor, may I approach?
Sure.
As well as that.
You have to hit OK in the middle of the screen.
Go.
Push your leg up. This guy is refusing to be seen downstairs, and this facility never signed in.
Okay.
Court recalls case, People versus Brandon Hampton. Mr. Hampton, what's wrong with you and why'd you do that on your way out? All right, counsel, here's what I'm going to do. Mr. Hampton, that behavior is not going to be tolerated in my courtroom. At this point, I'm revoking defendant's bond. Defendant is remanded to the Washington County Jail. I'll move his hearing up to next week, November 14, 2024 at 9 a.m. You may take it.
Approach.
Well, that was an interesting hearing. And it was something Judge Simpson's like, hey, go get him. Let's get him. I'm like, okay, Judge Simpson, you leaving too? But anyway, yeah, so we're going to go into the second hearing. That one was funny, but that guy messed up. Whatever he said going out the door, I wish he would have heard it. But you notice Judge Simpson never misses anything in his court. And when he walked away, the way he was looking, Judge Simpson picked up on that. He's been doing it for years. Respect him. So let's roll into hearing number 2. Let's go.
Court calls the case, People versus Brandon Hampton.
Back, I missed you. This place got out of.
Behalf of Mr. Hampton, appearing to my right. Please state your name for the record.
No, she was over here.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, your
I'm
name?
Brandon Hampton.
Thank you.
See the attitude adjustment? Judge Simpson probably work with him now.
You're requesting an adjournment?
Your Honor.
Was that for him to be assessed by the drug court?
Yep.
Oh, and, okay, got it. Do we have, any indication as to how much time?
And I believe, so Mr. Hampton had a case up before Judge Washington.
happy for?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, it was, I think it was January. Next day, that Judge Washington was gonna be back. This was set for an exam.
Got it.
So some adjournment to sometime in that, perhaps the week of
The
January.
23rd, then?
16th or the 23rd, I think would be fine, Your Honor.
That'll be fine.
Do you know, really?
I do. He has his scene in front of Judge Washington on the 28th of January, Your Honor.
She doesn't miss a beat. I gotta step my game up.
My girl.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make her cry at some point. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't. Did she just say no? Like I can't? No. Challenge on.
I'm gonna make it worse. So I'll just cut it out.
Probable cause conference. Why don't we do the 23rd? And we'll see where everything is at that point. January 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I just bond real quick?
And Judge, on Tuesday before Judge Washington, Judge Washington was informed that Mr. Hampton has a bed available for him at Ozone House. Apparently, he's working with CMH. The concerns that I represented then, I don't necessarily have an issue with it being released, but both the RNO that he was up for an exam on Tuesday involving, I believe it was U of M police, and then the RNO before your court today involves Washtenaw Community College, are clearly mental health issues is the overall thing. So I don't necessarily have an issue with his release to Ozone House, and I believe Judge Washington ordered a GPS tether as well. It's just that Mr. Hampton is working with CMH because what we don't want is for a similar situation to occur while we're trying to get him mental health treatment for him. If that makes sense.
Right. So what did you want to say regarding his bond?
Almost the same thing, just requesting that we change he has $100 bond in this case. We'd like it to be a PR bond, and he does get released to Ozone House on the tether. And we will make sure our
But
office.
that's under the order that Judge Washington.
Yes, and we ask that you give us the same. You revoke, he
She's
currently in this
interrupted.
case has $100.
Did you notice that? I was talking and she interrupted me. Huh? She's trying to make me cry? Oh, I don't know what that is. Are you crying? What a concept. I don't know why she came here and started messing with me. I don't know why. I tried to be nice. That's over.
So will you be nice and change his $100 to a PR bond then?
You know what?
The Grinch's heart grew.
This is the
sad.
miracle? Nope. Now, modify the bond in this case to a $5,000 per cognizance bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Like I had a choice.
You can get your $300.
All of the conditions of his bond in this case will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Trying to make me cry. That I am.
Okay, as you can see, hearing number 2 was more of a de-escalation, right? Because he came in, he had a good attitude. Good morning, Judge Simpson, or whatever. But now we're going to go to hearing number 3, where it's going to kind of go back up a little bit. So let's go on in and check this out. Let's go.
Does call the case. Call the case People versus Brandon Hampton.
Ashley Bashir on behalf of Mr. Hampton.
State your name.
Brandon Hampton.
Thank you.
Mr. Hampton has entered into agreement with the people and would like to enter that into the record.
The people of the
Thank you.
we did not write that plea agreement. He has been admitted to the 15th District Court Mental Health Court.
Got it.
His preliminary exam in 24 at 55262. He'll be entering a plea on Tuesday to attempt RNO, and that case will go to the 15th District Court Mental Health.
Got it.
Your Honor, is it possible to enter into both today, to address both cases today on the record?
That file is not in the courtroom.
Oh, okay, got it.
But I do believe that they'll be that you faster.
Oh, sorry.
But I don't believe it's.
What? Okay.
Talking about bonds.
All right, we'll just address this case today.
He's going to enter a plea in another case
Uh,
that's set for prelim.
Yes, yeah. So case 24F55262, just because of the timing with the mental health treatment court evaluation, that one was set for preliminary examination before the evaluation was complete. And that is currently set for exam.
So over there is Ann. Right?
Yes,
You know Ann?
yes.
Okay. So if you had this, that may work out where we could like get rid of 2 cases and he could plead. I may or may not do it, but usually just go over and ask Ann. Because you asked me on the record, I'll probably say no, because I don't do the filing, so I don't know where it is.
Understood. Yes. So I will,
So would you like to do that today?
I would like to.
So here's what I'll do. I'll pass it. Go talk to Ann.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Court recalls the cases of the People versus Brandon Hampton.
The full case on behalf of
Your Honor, sorry. Ashley Bashir on behalf of Mr. Hampton. And in addition to addressing the case directly, we would like to address bond and request that a condition, specifically the home confinement tether, be reconsidered.
Okay, I'll get to that maybe at some point.
Good, thank you. Yeah,
Right now, I'm trying to get these pleas done.
thank you.
So my understanding is he's gonna plead to count in case ending in 1596. He's going to plead to count 2.
Yes,
Correct? With count 1 being dismissed. That's gonna be a guilty plea. Correct, counsel?
Yes.
All right. Then on the other matter, I have a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading guilty to an added count 2 of attempted resisting and obstructing the 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1 of resisting and obstructing would be dismissed. And there is an agreement that the defendant is to go to mental health court. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
That's right, Your Honor.
All right. May I have the defendant sworn?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
State your name.
Brandon Hampton.
All right.
Man, it is this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanor offenses. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. The first one in the case ending in 1596 is the charge of aggravated assault. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and a $1,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You also understand in that case that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Barr in the 14A2 District Court. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And understanding that on that case, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right. On the other case, it says court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration or $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand also that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Valvo in the 15th District Court. You understand that?
Why are the judges different, Your Honor?
Why are the judges different? Because these allegedly occurred in two separate places. The case that we we're just talking about with Judge Valvo, the offense took place in the city of Ann Arbor. And the other case happened in maybe the city of Ypsilanti or yes, in Ypsi City, it looks like. I'm sorry, Ann Arbor Township. Okay, so they occurred in 2 separate jurisdictions. Okay, that's why you have 2 separate judges. But what's going to happen, I think this is probably really the crux of your question. You're going to go to mental health court on these, right?
Yeah.
So Judge Valvo is actually in charge of mental health court. So when that case goes over to her, that will be where it is. You'll have to go before Judge Barr. Judge Barr will do the initial part of the sentencing and then place you on probation to be supervised by the mental health court. Follow that? So it's just a little bit of a process. Both cases, it's anticipated, are going to end up in the same spot.
Okay.
Okay. You got that? Any other questions on that?
I guess it's not like possible for the other case just to go to Valvo as well.
It will get there. It just can't go directly that way.
Okay.
Okay.
For sure.
Anything else? Trust me, we do this all the time. It'll get there. So it'll catch right up to it. Okay. All right. Any other questions you have?
Just the one about bond, but
yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. All right. So understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty to these charges?
yeah.
Okay. So to the charge of aggravated assault, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yeah.
All right. You signed an advice of rights form, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions regarding any of those rights?
No.
All right. You see a copy on the podium. Look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yeah.
All right. Were you on probation at the time of these offenses?
No.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to these charges?
No.
All right. Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way?
Kind of.
Okay, what do you mean, kinda?
I don't want to go to jail again, Your Honor.
Okay, but did somebody threaten you to plead?
Yeah, with jail time, Your Honor.
Okay, but who did that?
Well, technically, you, Your Honor.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh.
Mr. Hampton, so,
Tell you what. Why don't we pass the matter? Maybe you can talk to him and we'll give this another shot today if we're comfortable with it. Otherwise, the court may not be comfortable with it, and we might just blow all of this up and it'll just have to happen another way.
That's Judge Simpson's hand. Whatever you thinking, rethink it.
thank you. Your
But
Honor.
I'll give you a chance to talk.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you ready on the other matter or no?
Yes, we are.
Here, let's see what happens.
This is the prosecutor, but oh, start? I'll go. Can somebody stand up for the phone while I grab her on that?
Who is it? Oh, is it a call? Cole left us?
They should have stepped out for a moment. I'll get it.
That's why things are going south. Cole left. Oh, she's on the phone. All right, we're back on the record in the case of the people versus Hampton. We're in the middle of taking a plea. And so I stated the terms on the record. And Mr. Hampton, I'm going to ask you a couple questions again.
Okay.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to these charges?
No,
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you in any way to get you to plead?
no,
You're doing this voluntarily,
yes,
of your own free will,
yes,
and because you believe that you're guilty of these offenses?
yes.
All right, we'll start with case 1596. Paperwork, so. Right place here, but. This is the aggravated assault case. Okay, Mr. Hampton, on the date of August 29, 2024, at Washtenaw Community College in Ann Arbor Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. Do you recall what happened on that date regarding a Vladimir, is it Parahora?
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right, did you get into a fight with somebody?
Oh, I know what happened. I don't know what his name is. It sounded like.
Okay, why don't you tell me what happened then?
Oh, I was trying to take a shower, Your Honor.
Okay, and then what occurred?
When I was in the locker room, he had pushed me up against the wall, hit me in my head, and threw me on the ground. And then broke in my property.
Okay, but before that, did you do anything before that?
No,
Okay.
it wasn't until there were 4 people on top of me and I was fearing for my life that I bit him, Your Honor.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. Counsel, because I can see the way that this plea's going, it's not gonna work. So if you guys want to change, I'm not suggesting you guys want to change things to a no contest. If you want to do whatever, what I will do is I'm back up at 1. I'll call it back up at 1. I think everybody's still going to be here. So, and give you a chance to talk with them, decide whether or not you want to do no contest, please explain what a no contest, go through all of that with them, and then see if we can get this done.
Thank you very, very much, Your Honor. Appreciate it. Thank you.
This is a prime example for me of no good deed goes unpunished. All right, so we'll call it back up at that point. Court of pass these matters again.
All right, well, that hearing was something else also. He has another hearing coming up. It's just been continued to another court date. So I'll put it back up on here to see how things are going to go on the next one. But this was an interesting case with this guy. I just couldn't believe he said what he said. He said about the judge. So anyway, I hope you have a good day, even a night. See you around on the next video, okay? See ya.